focus on Tuesday, September 1st. And question number 1 brings us back to topic 8.2b, which is approximating square roots and locating them on the number line. And in this case, we are given the point on the number line and asked to approximate its value. So first things we need to notice is we need to carefully look at the number line and notice the point and what two numbers it falls between. So in this case, it falls between 11 and 12. And if we notice that our point is closer to 12 than it is 11, and then we're just going to use our calculator, guys, to approximate the square roots of each of these and determine which one could be our point. So I'm going to pull up the calculator, and again, you should be working with the calculator. I'm going to just start with A, the square root of 142, and I get 11 and 9 tenths and a bunch of numbers after that, but I'm just going to round to the tenths place. So I'm just going to say this is 11 and 9 tenths. And guys, I'm going to do this for each of the values given. So 125, the square root of 125 is approximately 11 and 2 tenths. And again, I'm just rounding because it is an approximation. The square root of 146 turns to be 12 and 1/10. Okay, so now back to my point. My point is located here. It's less than 12, but so here I can automatically eliminate answer choice C because answer choice C is greater than 12. Also, my point is closer to 12 than it is to 11. So that means I can easily eliminate option B because 11 and 2 tenths would be somewhere closer to here. So the only option that it leaves me is option A, square root of 147. So the approximate value of this point is the square root of 147. Okay, so moving on to number 2. Question 2 says, the graphic organizer below is used to classify the sets of real numbers. Okay, which of the following could be represented by E? So the first thing here is we need to understand what this diagram is representing. So this diagram is representing the real number system. And within that are these different subsets identified with these letters. And we need to be able to identify that. So here we can look at this big circle here with all of these subsets, and this will be our rational numbers, and I'm just going to put an R for rational, whereas this group over here, E, is representing our irrational numbers. Okay, so the irrational numbers are any numbers that cannot be classified as rational, and so we want to locate, or we want to determine out of are A, B, C, and D, which value would fall in this E category here, irrational numbers. So I'm going to go through each answer choice and I'm going to put them into the diagram where they would go. 8 and 66 hundredths repeating. So this is a repeating decimal, so therefore it can be classified as a rational number. So that's not our answer. 2 and the square root of 64. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that value is, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in my calculator so that way I can get a better understanding of where it should be classified in the diagram. So I'm going to come over to my calculator, 2 times the square root of 64, and I get 16. So good thing I did that because I know that 16 is a whole number, and I know that whole numbers can be classified as rational numbers. So therefore, it eliminates option B. Option C says -1 and 234 thousandths. So again, this is a decimal. It's negative, but that's okay. The main thing here is that it's terminating, meaning that it ends at 4. So therefore, it is a terminating decimal, and it can also be classified as rational. So this is not our answer. So the only option that's available that's left for us is the square root of 72. So again, here I can put this under the square root of 72. And just a little quick tip, remember guys, just because it's a square root does not make it irrational. Okay, 72 is the square root of 72 is irrational because it's not a perfect square, meaning if I put it in my calculator, I'm going to get some decimal that keeps going and going and going without a pattern and without stopping. Okay, so hopefully this helps, and I will see you on another warm-up recap.